Hey everybody, what's going on? Alan here at the Gibson Garage Speed Shop, and today we're working on a little side project in between the main project of swapping out, rebuilding, and then putting back in the transmission. We got to change the rear main seal on this. This is a 03 Dakota with the 3.9 liter V6, and I haven't seen any videos on YouTube about it, so maybe I'm the first one. Let's get right into it. All right, there's the transmissions out, and this is the back of the 3.9 liter V6 with the reluctor ring or whatever, the crankshaft sensor wheel still on it. So we got to pull these 6 bolts out and take a look behind there. This is going to be a 3/4 inch socket. Make sure you're right underneath it so all the dust flies right in your eyes and in your mouth. Orientation might matter too. Well, I know in fact it does matter because of the holes in the sides. So in my case, I've got this little hole facing straight down. I'll make sure it goes right back in the same spot. Well, so you might not have to remove the transmission, but you do got to remove the diff and the oil pan. And that oil is as black as diesel oil, so maybe it's a good idea we're doing this in more than one way. So we gotta get this diff at least dropped a little bit, and then hopefully that'll just give me enough clearance to drop the pan. Maybe not even all the way out, just down and like away from the seal so we can fish out the 2 halves of the crank seal. But there's 2 bolts here, nut and bolt setup, and then on this side there's a bracket that would attach to the transmission. Yeah, on the inside here there'd be a bracket somewhere. But mine's already out because I got the transmission out. So I'm just gonna drop these 2 bolts, set it on a jack stand, and then we can work on the pan bolts. There's also a bracket up here and a vent tube, so we'll pull that off. Then with another 18 mil and 15 mil, remove these bolts. Okay, the front of this is going to fall down, I just realized. Now we gotta let this drop a little bit. How far does that go? That should be clearance enough, I'm hoping. And we'll remove all these pan bolts and see what happens. Which are a 1/2 inch, by the way. This rack and pinion's in the way. Whoa, scared me. I'm gonna give me a little bit of room. Oh, just enough. Oh, yes. seal is right there, this brown thing, and the other half of it's already still sitting in the cap, the rear main cap. So I've got to push this through to rotate it around somehow. Yes! Oh, never mind. Woo! Alright, with everything cleaned up, I'm gonna lay a bead in here. Try to do it as neatly as possible. Okay, if you look at this, there's a fat ledge and a not so big ledge. The fat ledge is going to go towards the motor, and we're going to set this offset by about that much. About 3/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. Put a little dab right there. Dab around there. And we'll go slide the other one in, the motor. Let's see if I'm good enough to slide it in. Oh, there we go. And I gotta pay attention which one. Oh, I should have went the other way. Oh well. There we go. That's good. Put a dab of this around there. That'll get sucked inside. And a dab of this around here. Make sure the bearing's clean, no debris hanging out, no slide in like it's supposed to. Oh, feels like it went right in. I felt it go in. Oh, felt that one go in. Yes. Alright, and then we can slap on this gasket. Well, I gotta move kind of fast actually because I just realized I didn't put on the pump yet. There we go. Get that hex to fit in there. And I'll tighten these bolts up. Okay. Make sure you got the dipstick tube out of the way. Not the prettiest. Our TV all over the place, but we are in and seated. Ish. Alright, now we'll try and lift this differential back up into place. Sure is. I like how the clicks on my jack stands were just right. Oh, damn it. I had to say something. Let that down now. Okay, there we go. We can't forget the rack and pinion, and this has a slot in the frame that's just perfect for this. Now these were super tight. Alright, so obviously you might not have to remove the transmission to do this now that we see what style it is, right? So that's a good thing. And there's also an irregular bolt pattern here, so it's only going to go back on one way if you do end up removing the transmission, which, you know, I don't think you do. Once because you can get to these bolts. I think there might be a heat shield here, but I don't know. It's hard to say if you have to remove that either. I don't know. And that's how it's done, guys. Quick and dirty. Emphasis on the dirty. I can see it in the camera now. You don't have to remove the transmission, just that torque converter dust shield in the front diff. Drop the one side of the rack and pinion, and you can get to the oil pan out. And then, yeah, maybe too, if you're feeling brave, you can try to do it without removing the oil pan completely, just maybe just dropping it a hair and shoving it forward. I don't know. Seems like if you're going to go through all that trouble, you might want to drop the pan and just to get all the sludge out of there. I know this one had a lot of sludge, so it was definitely worth pulling it out. But if you guys got any questions, write them down in the comment section down below, or just anything to say at all constructive. Give this video a thumbs up. Please hit the notification bell for future videos. I got lots more to come. And hit that super thanks button, please. Please, please hit that super thanks button to help keep this channel going, and we can keep doing awesome things. Like what I've got coming up next is I've got a rear disc brake conversion. I've got brackets from Cunningham Machine here. I've got the calipers, the pads, the rotors, everything. Well, maybe not everything. I think I'm gonna have to figure out, you know, the brake lines. I got the lines, I just had to figure out the connections. I've got the coolant reservoir, an aluminum replacement for the Dodge Magnum. I've got struts and shocks for the Dodge Magnum. I've got a whole front suspension kit for a Nissan Hardbody. I've got cooling, water pump and cooling system to do on like the next generation Chevy truck, like a 5.3 liter. So please follow along, hit that subscribe bell and the super thanks button. It's all appreciated, and the fans are appreciated. Thank you so much. I'm almost at 11,000. It's crazy. It's crazy. But until next time, guys, peace.